Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, that is Science Unlocked. And here in this video we will going to continue our previous chapter, that is getting to know plants. And here we will be moving towards the further parts of the plant which we have not discussed yet. So the very first thing that we will be looking into is about the stem. I know we have already discussed a lot about stem, but this is the basic introduction about the stem that we should be aware about, in spite of the fact that whether it comes in a category of herb, shrub or any other category. So the very first aspect is related with the categorization or nomenclature of the parts of the stem, where the first thing that we need to understand is about the nodes, which are the region from where there will going to be any kind of origin in terms of branching or in terms of leaf, in term of bud formation or even a flower formation. Now over here we will going to find that the space in between two consecutive nodes will going to be considered as the internode, and the point from where the node is ultimately helping in origin of the plant, or you can say the other part of the plant like stem, leaf or flower, that particular part will going to have a small structure called petiole, which will going to be the starting point of the whole structure. Now over here we have to discuss about this part of the functionality of stem altogether, that it helps in supporting the plant part which are on the aerial region, means which are not on the ground. So it actually supports all the set of different organs that are there in case of plants apart from the roots. So roots, it provides the anchorage. On the other hand, when we talk about stem, it actually holds the whole structure together. Now over here we will going to find out that stems have such kind of modification where it will be able to move certain content throughout the plant for with the help of xylem and phloem. So these are specifically two kinds of structure, two kinds of tissue which are present within the stem, where the xylem is helping in the transportation of water and minerals throughout. On the other hand, when we talk about the transportation of food or movement of food, it is done with the phloem, which is the second category of tissue in case of stems. Now these are the very basic idea that you should be having with reference to stem. The next organ that we are looking into is the leaf. Now when we talk about leaves, these are actually present on the stem and they have multiple terms inside them with reference to their understanding. For example, the first thing that we will be looking into is the petiole, which is the very first, or you can say the origin part of the leaf, and it also acts as a bridge between the connection of the stem and the main leaf blade, means the flat surface of the leaf altogether, which is collectively considered as lamina, means this broad structure which we are calling as leaf is nothing but called as lamina. Now the parts that we have internal of the leaf are the midrib or the central rib of the central vein of the leaf, from where there will going to be multiple veins which will be originating all together, and these veins will going to help in conduction of water as well as minerals along with the food as well. So over here the other aspect that we have is the concept that how exactly it is ultimately differentiating and creating a difference in terms of the kind of plant it is. So the second aspect that we have with reference to leaves is about the leaf venation. That means what kind of veins are available in the particular leaf, whether they are present in a meshwork kind of structure network or they are parallel to each other. So if they will going to have a network, it will be considered as reticulate venation. On the other hand, if it is going to have parallel arrangement, it will be considered as parallel venation. Now in spite of these differences, there is a commonality that they will going to be leaf venations only, means the leaf veins only, which will going to ultimately help in the overall conduction process inside the plant structure. Now when we talk about the different set of venation within the plant, it also helps in identifying that what kind of plant is it. Is it the plant which is going to have advanced kind of organization, or the plant which will going to have basic kind of organization? So when we talk about the parallel venation, most of the time it is observed in case of smaller plants. On the other hand, when we talk about reticulate venation, it is observed in the kinds of plants which are a little bit advanced as compared to the category which have the different sensation. The next part that we have is with reference to the process called photosynthesis. Now this particular process we are already aware about from our previous sessions, that this is the process which helps us in making the food in case of plants in the presence of sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water. So over here we will going to find out that there are different structures which are helping in this process. For example, the very first of that is the stomata, which helps in the exchange of gases, that is carbon dioxide is coming in and oxygen is moving out. So altogether this thing along with the water which is coming from the root will going to help in the process of photosynthesis, because the chlorophyll present in the plant will going to help in absorption of sunlight, leading to the formation of sugar and oxygen. So this is how this whole process is performed. The details will be quoted all along with the video, so you can go through that video as well. Now the next aspect or the next process, important process I must say, related with plants is the process of transpiration, which is a little bit similar to the process of photosynthesis in terms of the usage of the organs. Over here we will going to find out that it is the process where we talk about the movement of water through the stomata. So over here the structure which is involved is similar to photosynthesis, that the water will be absorbed through the roots, and overall that particular water will be taken up to the leaves, and from there the process will going to modify that. Instead, along with the movement of oxygen outside the stomata, there will be movement of water as well, which is called as the process of transpiration. And because this particular process is actually against the gravitational pull, so this particular pull or this particular process is considered along with the process of another name, that is transpiration pull, where we say this thing that the water which is being absorbed by the root is actually pulled from the upper part of the plant, that is the leaf region, and once it reaches there it will going to evaporate from there through the stomata. So that is whole is the process related with the concept of transpiration, where only and only the movement of water will be observed and studied in detail. So this was the second part of the chapter that we have completed here. Rest we will going to take up in the next session, that will be dealing with some more part related with the chapter. So till then, take care, keep learning.